Yes,
is it too
sir.
dark in here?
No,
Need
it's
light?
fine. Okay, yeah. That's great.
Is that better? Do we have a signal, actually?
It's live, yeah.
As well?
Phone's off. For yours, at least.
Everybody on silent.
Mine
Everybody
don't.
at
I don't
home,
have no
put your phone on
service, so
silent.
I have nobody calling me the past 3 days.
So here we are in Chinle, Arizona. It's the end of day 25. May the 1st, May Day. And we have just finished up our day, had an evening meal, and as we're going to gather as a family here to read the names of our fallen that we ran for today. We do not have a venue tonight, so we're not in an American Legion or VFW or Chapter House or anywhere else. So we've had to do this several times, just read amongst ourselves. And the 2004, not quite 2 months. And as I mentioned, we have 264 names. So those of you who follow us in the evening as we're reading the names, I mean, obviously it takes some time, but every one of these names is important. Every one of these names has family and friends. And we want them to know, for posterity's sake and for history, that we've called their name out loud. Forgive us if we don't pronounce the names always correctly. We do the best we can. Many names are not familiar to us, and we honor
Henderson II, United States Army National. Dennis B. Morgan, United States Army National Guard. Lance Corporal Francis Van Leuven, United States Marine Corps. Private First Class Clayton Welch Henson, United States Army. Specialist Michael A. McLaughlin, United States Army. Specialist Marvin A. Camposels, United States Army. Lance Corporal Gary F. Van Leuven, United States Marine Corps. Captain Richard J. Gannon II, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal Ruben Valdez Jr., United States Marine Corps. First Sergeant Ty Allen Sarajevo, United States Army. Corporal Stevenson, United States Marine Corps. Sergeant Jerry Joshua Campbell, United States Army. Senior Chief Petty Officer John Stephen Clausen, United States Navy. Master Sergeant Herbert R. Clunch, United States Army National Guard. Master Sergeant Arthur Joseph Thibodeau III, United States Air Force. Private First Class Leroy Harris Kelly, United States Army. Sergeant Christopher D. Gillineau, United States Army National Guard. Medley C. Fox, United States Army. Tech Sergeant Paul Daniel Harmon, United States Air Force. Private First Class Leroy D. Harris Kelly III, United States Army. Lieutenant Colonel Brett Michael Becken, United States Marine Corps. First Sergeant Antron Fernando Tucker, United States Army. Petty Officer Second Class Japheth Biclog Rotuita, United States Navy. Specialist Richard Thomas Brooks, United States Army. Colonel Rodriguez Jr., United States Marine Corps. Private First Class Sean C. Edwards, United States Army. Private Robert Allen Jackson, United States Army. Chief Warrant Officer 2 Patrick W. Kordsmeer, United States Army National Guard. Captain Arthur L. Felder, United States Army National Guard. Staff Sergeant Billy J. Orton, United States Army National Guard. Staff Sergeant Stacy C. Brandon, United States Army National Guard. Petty Officer First Class Michael J. Pernicelli, United States Navy. Petty Officer Second Class
Colonel Paul Kevin Schreiber, United States Marine Corps. Sergeant Lawrence A. Ruki, United States Army Reserve. Sergeant Sherwood R. Baker, United States Army National Guard. Lance Corporal Aaron C. Austin, United States Marine Corps. Private First Class Alan Henry Robinson, United States Army. Seaman Nathan Earl Taylor, United States Navy. Staff Sergeant Abram D. Private First Class Marquise A. Whitaker, United States Army. Private First Class Nicholas James Parisi, United States Army. Petty Officer 3, George Louis Campos, United States Navy. Staff Sergeant Kendall Thomas, United States Army. United States Army. Sergeant Edward William Koopman, United States Air Force. Sergeant United States James L. Ekstrand, United States Army. First Class Jeremy, United States Moose, United States Navy. Petty Officer Jason B. Dwelly, United States Navy Reserve. Petty Officer 3rd Class Christopher M. Dickerson, United States Navy Reserve. Corporal Scott M. Vincent, United States Marine Corps. Corporal Joshua S. Wilfong, United States Marine Corps. Specialist Billy Joe Johnson, United States Army. Private First Class Kyle Eric Morrison, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal Michael Allen Cruz, United States Marine Corps. Lance Corporal David Anthony Sutnavage, Ojeda, United States. S. Ladd, United States National Guard. Specialist Trevor Anthony Winnie, Army. Specialist Trevor A. United States Army. My apologies. Specialist Petty Officer First Class Elias Navy. Petty Officer First Toro V.S. Jr. Petty Officer Second Class Scott R. McCoob, United States Navy Reserve. Petty Officer Second Class Trance W. Dossett, United States Navy Reserve. Private First Class Jeremy L. Drexler, United States Army. Captain John E. Timpton, United States Army. Petty Officer Second Class Robert B. Jenkins, United States Navy Reserve. Specialist Irvin Carradine Jr., United States Army. Staff Sergeant Todd E. Nunes, United States Army. Sergeant Gregory L. Wall, Army, United States Army.
Jr., United States Army National Guard. Private First Class Catherine Lee Richards, United States Army. Specialist Calbury George Lang, United States Army. Corporal Ronald R. Payne Jr., United States Marine Corps. Corporal Carl Scott Cryer, United States Marine Corps. Brian Edwin Bilbrey, United States Army. Specialist Chase Ryan Whitman, United States Army. Specialist Philip D. Brown, United States Army National Guard. Sergeant is Rubicalba, United States Army. Specialist James J. Holmes, Guard. Specialist Chase, United States Army. Petty Officer Second Class Christopher Robert Koch, United States Navy. Sergeant Cannon James Alejandro, United States Marine Corps. United States Army. Lisa Preston, United States Army. Staff William Howard, United States Air Force. Specialist Kyle A. Brindley, Army National. Private First Class Anthony Michael Bonino, United States Marine Corps. Private First Class Alfredo Manuel Roman Medina, United States Army. Petty Officer First Class Brandon Will Taylor, Estilat Air Force. Private Class Jesse J. United States Army. Marine Corps. Carl F. Curran, United States Army National Guard. Specialist Mark Joseph Kasicki, United States Army National Guard. Petty Officer Third Class David Nicholas Smith.
Sergeant Joseph P. Gariantes, United States Army. Staff Sergeant William, United States Army National Guard. Specialist Jason Kyle Bontz, United States Army. Specialist Michael C. Campbell, United States Army. Troy Leon Miranda, United States Army National Guard. Private First Class Leslie D. Jackson, United States Army. Staff Sergeant Jeremy R. Horton, United States Army. Lance Corporal Andrew J. Zabirek, United States Marine Corps. Staff Sergeant Ross William Jackson, United States Army. Lance Corporal Antonio Pedro Rodriguez, Marine Corps. Specialist Jeremy L. Ridlin, United States Guard. Staff Sergeant Jorge Alberto Molina Bautista, United States Marine Corps. Staff Sergeant Petty Officer 3, Brian Keith Butler, Jr., United States Navy. Petty Officer
Odoms II, United States Army. Senior Airman K. United States Junior Army. Lance Corporal Dustin L. Sides, United States Marine Corps. Petty Officer 2nd Class Leslie William Tidball, United States Navy. Private First Class Marcus J. Johnson, United States Army. Corporal Bumrock Lee, United States Marine Corps. Airman First Class Casey Patrick Collins. Lance Corporal Todd J. Bolding, United States Marine Corps. Sergeant First Class Leyland Mark Potter, United States Army. Specialist Todd Benjamin Roberts, United States Army. First Lieutenant Eric S. McCrae, National Guard. Senior Airman Leroy Williams III, United States Air Force. Specialist Christopher M. Duffy, United States Army National Guard. Sergeant Frank T. Cardwell, United States Army National Guard. L. Airley, United States Army National Guard. Specialist Justin W. Linden, United States Army National Guard.
Is that it? No. There's more to read.
So all the names we read for today, 264 were read over that period I mentioned. As is our evening tradition, after reading the names, we just have a moment of silence, and then we'll prepare the rest of the evening for our run tomorrow. Chinley to Rock Point. So if we could just have a moment of silence. Amen.
Amen.
I want to particularly point out that we did have 2 Gold Star families today that joined us. The Holmes family, representing Specialist James Holmes, they marker 1162, and also the Larimore family, representing Private First Class Catherine Richards. They were at mile mark at their marker in Arizona, here outside of Chinley, and the Holmes family traveled from Phoenix, Arizona. So it was especially meaningful for us to have these families call their names, families' names, really and respectfully as each of them, and to have them participate. So we look forward to more families, and hope that you continue to share this vision and this mission. And we will see you 7 a.m. and I think we're on Central Time, Mountain Time now. So tomorrow. Thank you.
7 a.m.